Welcome back to BikeBeat, where we break down the newest machines on two wheels with real-world perspective, honest impressions, and everything you need to know before you buy. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about upcoming underbone releases, the 2026 Suzuki Smash 150R. Suzuki's Smash line has always been known as a simple, reliable, budget-friendly commuter bike. But in 2026, Suzuki seems ready to evolve that identity into something more modern, more performance-oriented, and visually far more aggressive. So let's talk about what this new Smash 150R brings to the table, what riders can expect from it, who it's really meant for, and whether it deserves a spot on your wishlist or garage floor. The first thing you notice about the Smash 150R is how different it looks from any previous Smash. Gone is the understated, basic commuter profile. In its place is a sharper, more athletic design. The bodywork is sculpted with tighter lines, more angular shapes, and a clear focus on aerodynamic styling. The front fascia appears more modern and aggressive, hinting at Suzuki's current design language found in its sportier models. The headlight unit looks more chiseled, with the possibility of LED illumination that gives the bike a clearer, whiter, more high-tech glow at night. This one change alone dramatically updates the Smash's personality. The bike looks ready for the new decade and ready to attract a younger audience. Moving along the bike, you'll notice the side panels are more muscular, giving the impression of a slightly larger and more planted machine. The seat seems sculpted with a sport-inspired profile, offering a balanced mix of comfort and engagement. It's the kind of seat design that encourages an upright position but still feels ready when you want to lean forward for a spirited ride. Even the rear section appears sleeker, and the entire stance of the 150R feels more athletic. This is still an underbone, but a far more stylish and contemporary one. Of course, the biggest leap with the Smash 150R is the upgrade to a 150 cubic centimeters engine. Traditionally, the Smash lineup operated in the 110 cubic centimeters to 115 cubic centimeters category, making it a classic everyday commuter. But that also meant it lacked power for riders who needed more versatility. With the 2026 Smash 150R, Suzuki positions this bike into a more competitive and more capable performance segment. The 150 cubic centimeters engine is expected to offer better acceleration, stronger mid-range pull, and enough flexibility for both dense city riding and occasional highway stints. While Suzuki hasn't released exact power figures yet, the 150R should logically deliver something around the typical 150 cubic centimeters underbone range, likely enough to feel significantly stronger than its older siblings. This added power means riders can expect easier overtakes, more confident climbs on inclines or bridges, and less strain during longer rides. Commuters who often find themselves pushing a 110 cubic centimeters bike to its limits will immediately notice the smoother, more effortless nature of a 150 cubic centimeters. It's not designed to be a high-performance sport bike, and Suzuki isn't pretending it is. Rather, the Smash 150R aims to offer a sweet spot, the practicality and lightness of a commuter, combined with the satisfying punch and responsiveness of a small sport machine. With increased engine power, the chassis and suspension naturally play a bigger role. The 2026 Smash 150R seems to be equipped with an upgraded suspension setup compared to previous models. The front fork is expected to be firmer and more stable, reducing dive during braking and giving the rider better feedback. The rear suspension also seems tuned to handle both city conditions and occasional spirited riding. Whether it's potholes, bumps, cornering, or weaving through traffic, the Smash 150R aims to give a balanced and predictable ride feel. Handling should be nimble, as underbones tend to be, but also more composed, especially when carrying speed or maneuvering in tight spaces. Braking performance should also see an improvement. While exact specs vary depending on market, the 150R is expected to come with at least a disc brake up front, and possibly rear disc in higher variants or depending on regional release. With the added power of a 150 cubic centimeters engine, stronger braking is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. For daily riders who navigate busy roads with unpredictable traffic, reliable braking is a critical part of rider confidence. Moving into features, the Smash 150R seems ready to embrace modern expectations. Riders today want more than just an engine and wheels, they want a bike that feels up to date. For that reason, Suzuki appears to include a digital instrument panel, replacing the old analog gauge cluster found on earlier Smash models. This digital meter likely displays speed, fuel level, possibly gear position, trip readings, and other essential data. Even a basic digital setup adds a premium touch and helps the bike feel like a proper 2026 machine. LED lighting, especially for the headlight and possibly the taillight, is another important upgrade. Combined with the redesigned bodywork, the lighting will help the Smash 150 stand out in both daylight and nighttime riding. Ergonomically, the bike seems to hit a comfortable balance. The riding position remains upright and relaxed, suitable for long hours of daily use. The handlebar reach looks accommodating, the seat height should remain friendly for shorter riders, and the weight is likely to stay within the lightweight underbone range. A well-designed 150 cubic centimeters underbone like the Smash 150 is perfect for those who prioritize easy handling, fuel efficiency, and agility, but still want the satisfaction of a bigger engine. This brings us to the price. While Suzuki hasn't confirmed the exact pricing for all markets, early estimates place the Smash 150 in a very competitive affordability bracket. Expect it to be more expensive than the current Smash 115, but still significantly cheaper than 150 cubic centimeters full-sized sport bikes or premium underbones. A realistic expected price range might fall between the equivalent of 80,000 to 95,000 php depending on market and variant. For what the bike offers: upgraded engine, modern styling, digital meter, better braking and suspension, and Suzuki's reputation for reliable, low-maintenance machines, this pricing would position it as one of the best value-for-money choices in its segment. So who exactly is the Smash 150 for? It's for riders who spend most of their time in the city but occasionally need power for longer routes. It's for students, young professionals, and daily commuters who want something more stylish and powerful than a basic commuter but don't want the cost or complexity of a high-performance motorcycle. As for unique selling points, the Smash 150 stands out in several ways. It offers a strong 150 cubic centimeters engine in a lightweight underbone form, giving riders a blend of efficiency and performance. It showcases a modern, sporty design that finally puts the Smash lineup in line with today's styling trends. It includes updated features such as digital instrumentation and LED components, raising its appeal to younger buyers. And perhaps most importantly, it maintains Suzuki's reputation for reliability, simplicity, and low running costs, something many riders deeply appreciate. All things considered, the 2026 Suzuki Smash 150 looks like an extremely promising option. It's modern, stylish, practical, and powerful enough to satisfy a wide range of riders. Suzuki seems to have taken everything people loved about the Smash: reliability, ease of use, affordability, and added exactly what the modern rider wants: power, features, and presence. For everyday commuting with a touch of fun and flair, the Smash 150 could easily become one of the best value 150 cubic centimeters underbones of its generation. And that wraps up our full breakdown of the 2026 Suzuki Smash 150R. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment letting us know whether you choose this bike over other 150 cubic centimeters underbones. Your insights help fuel the Bike Beat community and help us decide which bikes to feature next. Thanks for watching, stay safe on the road, and catch you in the next one.